You are walking alone in a forest. The crunch of leaves underfoot the only sound. Suddenly, a feeling washes over you. A distinct, uncanny sensation that you are not alone. Not that someone is hiding behind a tree, but that the very air around you is attentive. The hairs on your arm prickle not with fear, but with a strange, cosmic recognition. It's the feeling of being watched, not by eyes, but by a vast, silent, and deeply familiar presence. We often dismiss this as paranoia or a trick of the mind. But this reveals a stunning truth. This feeling is real. It is the palpable sensation of your own higher self, the timeless, boundless consciousness that you truly are, observing the journey of the you that you think you are. To understand this, we must first dismantle a fundamental misunderstanding. We operate under the illusion that we are a single, solitary self, a passenger in a body, navigating a foreign and often intimidating universe. We feel small, separate, and alone. But this is the ego's limited perspective. In truth, your consciousness is not confined to the cramped cockpit behind your eyes. You are both the character in the play and the audience. You are the wave and the ocean. Your higher self is not a separate, judgmental God figure in the sky. It is the totality of your being, the part of you that exists beyond time, space, and the drama of your personal story. It is the you that was there before you were born and will be there after the body dies. It is the silent, witnessing awareness in which all your thoughts, feelings, and experiences arise and fall. Let me tell you a short story. Lena, a talented artist, stands frozen before a vast, blank canvas. She is filled with doubt. What if I fail? What if my vision is wrong? Who am I to create something beautiful? This is the voice of her ego, the small, fearful self that identifies solely with her past failures and future anxieties. But as she stands there, a shift occurs. She takes a deep breath and forgets herself. Her mind quiets. Her hand, almost of its own accord, reaches for a brush and makes the first stroke. Then another. Hours melt away. She is not Lena, the insecure artist, anymore. She is pure creating. She is a conduit for something larger. In this state, a peculiar thing happens. She suddenly feels as if she is both painting and watching the painting unfold. She is the creator and the appreciator. The watcher part of her is calm, knowing, and infinitely compassionate. It doesn't judge the brush strokes. It simply admires the courage of the act itself. It is fascinated by the struggle, the joy, the very human experience of bringing something new into the world. This watcher is not critical. It is curious. It is her own creative spirit, her deepest essence, observing the journey of the human artist. This is the relationship between your higher self and your earthly self. Your higher self is not watching you to catch you making a mistake. It is observing your journey with the boundless love and fascination of an author for their most beloved character. Why does this feeling arise? Number 1. At moments of choice. When you stand at a crossroads, your smaller self feels the weight of decision. But your higher self, which sees all potential timelines and outcomes, simply leans in with interest. That feeling of being seen is its attentive presence, not directing you, but honoring your free will to choose your path. Number 2. In profound stillness, in deep meditation, in nature, or in the quiet moments just before sleep, the chatter of the ego subsides. In this silence, the signal from your higher self becomes clearer. The feeling of a benevolent presence is simply you becoming aware of the larger part of your own consciousness that is always there. Number 3. During synchronicity, when you think a thought and then see it mirrored perfectly in the external world, a meaningful coincidence, that feeling of awe and being in the flow is the sensation of your earthly self and your higher self momentarily aligning. The universe feels intelligent because you are tasting your own higher intelligence. Number 4. In times of suffering, when you are in deep pain, the feeling of being watched can be a profound comfort. It is not a cold observer, but the part of you that knows this suffering is temporary, that it has a purpose in your soul's curriculum, and at the core of you, the watcher can never be harmed. It is the part of you that is already healed, holding space for the part that is still hurting. This dynamic shatters the paradigm of a lonely human seeking approval from a distant universe. The universe is you. The watcher is you. The seeker and the sought are one. The goal of the spiritual journey, then, is not to attract the attention of this higher self, but to become consciously aware of it. To realign your identity from the small, watched self to the vast, watching self. The next time you feel that inexplicable presence, while gazing at the stars, making a difficult decision, or simply sitting in quiet contemplation, do not shrink from it in fear. Lean into it. Acknowledge it. You can even speak to it silently in your heart. I feel you. I know you are there. And in the profound peace and unconditional love that will inevitably flow back into your awareness, you will receive your answer. You are not being watched by a stranger. You are being witnessed by your own deepest, most eternal, and most magnificent self. The journey of your life is not a test. It is a masterpiece being observed, appreciated, and loved into being by the one who knows you best, the artist and the art, inseparable and whole.